Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dan Israel Piledo, and I will be reporting the second part of the teachers and peers as joint contributors to students' learning. The contents of this report will be all about the four tools of the social constructivist approach to students' learning, the scaffolding, cognitive apprenticeship, tutoring, and cooperative learning. Let us get to know first about the social constructivist approach. The social constructivist approach is an ideal approach that should be used in teaching. It makes people actively construct their own knowledge, and it believes in personal construction of meaning by the learner through experience. The difference of passive teaching and social constructivist approach is that in passive teaching, the teacher sees the learner as an empty vessel to be filled with knowledge, while in constructivist approach, learners are given the chance to construct meanings through active engagement with the world, like experiments and real-world problems. The first of the four tools of the social constructivist approach to students' learning is the scaffolding. Scaffolding is the changing the level of support over the course of a teaching session. In here, teachers will not mostly teach. The teacher will let the kids grow and learn, but still with the teacher's provision. In here, the teacher will let the kids grow and learn just like a real scaffolding in building a bridge. The teacher will act as a scaffolding, and the teacher is ought to provide support until the kids grow and learn. The second of the four tools of the social constructivist approach to students' learning is the cognitive apprenticeship. Cognitive apprenticeship supports the students' understanding and applies it to their culture skills and would later then be enhanced. In here, teachers are enabled to model strategies for students in effective learning, and then they give support and would let them finish the work independently. So in the cognitive apprenticeship, it uses a bit of the scaffolding method. The third of the four tools of the social constructivist approach to students' learning is a tutoring. Tutoring is basically between a novice and a skilled individual. It is helping those who are not doing well in a subject. So in tutoring, we have four forms. The first is the classroom aides, volunteers, and mentors. In here, reading program is focused, and this gives emphasis on vocabulary development in small groups. Second is the peer tutor. It engages the students in active learning while the teacher monitors them. Third is the peer-assisted learning strategies or PALS. In here, kids are paired to work together, and then they would be paired again with different partners so they can apply their learned skill to their new partner. And lastly, the online peer tutoring. It is done online by a teacher, and students are tasked to work together online. Next we have is the strategies for using peer tutoring. First is that you should spend time training tutors. In here, you demonstrate how scaffolding works, and you give clear, organized instructions to the kids. And then later, they will be divided into a peer tutors, and then you practice what you have demonstrated. Let them alternately become a tutor and a tutee, and let them understand that not all students will want to act as tutors. The second is the use of cross-age tutoring rather than the same-age tutoring when possible. In here, cross-age tutoring is encouraged, like for example, a high school student tutoring an elementary school student. Third is that you should let students participate in both tutor and tutee roles. This factor helps students learn that they can both help and be helped. Students are unlikely to be equally well prepared in all subject areas, so while in one might serve as a tutor in math, the same student might benefit from tutoring in social studies. The fourth strategy to peer tutoring is you don't let tutors give tests to tutees, as this can weaken cooperation between students. Fifth, you don't overuse peer tutoring. Be sure that students get ample of opportunities to participate in challenging tasks themselves, and the students who are serving as tutors have enough time to complete their own work. Sixth, let their parents know that their child will be involved in peer tutoring. Give them information about the advantages of this new learning method and invite them to the classroom so that they can observe how the peer tutoring works. The last strategy for peer tutoring is monitor peer tutoring situations carefully. Check frequently if the students are making progress. Also, make sure that the tutee and the tutor are getting along well or is working well together. The last of the four social constructivist approach is the cooperative learning. Here, students work in small groups to help each other in learning. Typical number of students usually participate in this is 4. Some tend to do it by 2 or by pair. The cooperative learning approaches. First, we have the STAD or the Student Teams Achievement Divisions. In here, students are assigned to 4 or 5 members. They study a given material and monitor their team members' performance. They study together but take quizzes individually. The resulting individual score will serve as their individual improvement and will contribute to the team's overall score. The second approach is the jigsaw classroom. In here, a team will consist of 6 members. All of them will study an entire lesson rather than one part. After studying, each of them are expected to master one topic of the lesson and would then have to meet expert groups, which then they would discuss further. After meeting with the expert groups, each of them will return to their team and help the other members learn the material. The third cooperative learning approach is the learning together. In learning together, it allows students to work in 4 or 5 members. They put emphasis on the development of the socio-emotional factor and group interaction. The fourth cooperative learning approach is the group investigation. This method is a combination of independent learning and group work, wherein the teacher provides a problem for the class to study, but the students decide on what they want to study in exploring the problem. The work is divided to the group members individually. After studying, they meet and analyze their learnings and present findings as a group project. The role of the teacher is to facilitate and maintain cooperative effort. The last of the cooperative learning approach is the cooperative scripting. This is work by pair. They take turns in presenting and conversing a material of information, with the other member listens and take notes for any mistakes and gives feedback, while the other acts as a teacher, and then vice versa. Next, we have the 5 ways of creating a cooperative community. First is the class cooperation. This is done by the class members, and they are rewarded with class-related rewards like adding bonus points to their academic scores or by non-academic prizes like giving free time and extra time for recess. The class activities that they will be doing will the activities that can benefit the class as a whole. Second is the interclass cooperation. In here, they will be performing with other classes in a joint activity projects. Third is the school-wide cooperation. All members of the faculty of the school will work together to attain the school's certain highlighted mission. They are tasked to implement solutions to school-wide issues. Fourth is the school-parent cooperation. Schools will be supported by the students' parents to establish mutual goals and formulate strategic plans to achieve them. Lastly, the school neighborhood cooperation. If the school is near in a neighborhood, an interdependence may rise. The neighborhood will help the school provide with resources for events, while classes perform service projects for them as an exchange. That will be all. Thank you.